Hey guys, what's up? We are back. Just an update from our weekend. We talked to you guys a little bit about a decision we made with our daughter and taking a 10th pound off so she could make weight. Also, we just wanted to talk about the weekend as well. We had a really great weekend. We got to hang out with some really great wrestling families, some great friends of ours, enjoy the weekend, the day together, and then we finished up with attending one of our favorite churches in Denver, Brave. Awesome church. You should check it out sometime if you ever have the chance. But we just wanted to connect with you guys and talk about how our weekend went, how the kids did, and some lessons that we're learning and learned.
Absolutely. So I do want to just clarify that is a tenth of a pound.
What I
Or
say?
it sounded like a ten, like
Oh.
10 pounds, but I know it was a tenth of a pound.
Yes, please don't have your 5-year-old cut 10 pounds. Yeah,
No.
we don't want to do that.
So, yeah, we made that decision and we talked about that a little bit earlier in some videos. So it turned out great. She she didn't even know that she had lost the weight. She just thought she had played some games with mom and she ended up doing really well in her bracket. She placed second in her bracket. She was pretty excited. She brought a trophy home that's almost as big as her, although we know trophies aren't well about it. It's still pretty exciting for her, so that was kind of cool.
Yeah, and there were some really great bonding moments too. Like our son Corbin, he's 7 and he has not won a trophy. And he walked her up to the awards table. He helped her get the trophy. Like he cheered her on and stood behind her, even though, deep down, I think he was a little bit disappointed that he didn't have one of those. But it was a great lesson for him, just in how he would support his sister when she's succeeding.
Yes, it was awesome. It was awesome.
Yeah.
And for his success too, there's some learning moments there for Marky and myself
Mm,
as the lead coach. We double bracketed him just like we mentioned before. He wants to start wrestling at a more competitive level. So we want to see him succeed. We want to see his dreams come true. So going into the tournament, the first his first match, we'll start by he got third in one bracket, fourth in the other. So he did do well.
yeah.
Um, we believe that there was potential for more. Really, we don't know how it would have turned out. However, he started he started his first match out great, wrestled really solid. After that match, I was coaching another wrestler. He was standing behind me and he ended up throwing up all over the floor. We cleaned it up. He said he was fine. We thought maybe he just ate something bad, and um, he said he wanted to keep wrestling. So we let him keep wrestling, and then he ended up throwing up again.
Yeah.
And we tried to talk him out of wrestling, and he was adamant that he wanted to wrestle. We both really struggled with whether or not we let him wrestle.
There's like two sides of it, right? Like as a mom, I think moms think this way more than dads do. Like we don't want to get all the other kids sick because
Hey,
the stomach bug is like
that's awful.
dreadful. That is the worst sickness you can get. And so it's like, do we expose these other kids? I actually had a friend, I was texting her about all this, and she said to me, if you're not spreading the stomach bug around at a wrestling tournament, are you even wrestling? So it's like, we're gonna give germs anyway, but it, anyway, it's
We still couldn't figure out if it was really a stomach bug or he just ate something bad, and we still don't really know. Um, But he really wanted to wrestle. And whether or not it's the stomach bug or ate something bad, that sucks. It feels bad. You feel terrible. And he stepped out on the mat and he just ground it out. And
yeah.
he battled anyway. And the matches that he lost, maybe they're the same outcome. If he's not sick, maybe they aren't, maybe they are. We don't really know. But just the same, what I was really proud of is he stepped up and wrestled even though he didn't feel well, and he gave it his best even though he didn't feel well. And we actually saw some improvement against a kid that is, in my opinion, one of the best wrestlers in the nation. I'd put him in the top five probably wrestlers in the nation at their age and weight. And the last two times we wrestled him, got tech falled twice in one day. And this time, kept it a major decision, meaning that he didn't get tech fault action with the full match with them. So I was really proud of that. We saw some improvements there, but the most significant thing that happened out of all that is that Marky and myself, primarily myself, I was struggling all day, just like, man, we want him to win because we see the work that he puts in. We see how hard
Mhm.
he works, he does more than so many kids, not more than all kids, I'm sure, but more than a lot. And we just want to see that winning. And so it actually tied into the church service we went to this morning, in that they were talking about distractions and understanding the difference between what your priorities really are and how distractions come in and can kind of take your eyes off of what the prize really is. And it was just a good reminder that, what, the wins aren't why we're doing this.
No, they're not. And look, like if you guys are competitive in any way, like we are very competitive
Believe me, I want to
people.
win.
Sometimes it's over the top, but like you see your kid and you just want so much for them. And sometimes we get so caught up in the win and we forget that winning is happening even though their hand isn't getting raised,
Yeah.
right? Like Corbin battling through a long tournament, double bracketed. He's going from match to match, not a lot of downtime. This kid was throwing up, like, and he still decided to step on the mat with grit. Like I had said this prayer, actually, I went in the bathroom and I was just like, God, please, like Cora got this trophy and I just want this for Corbin because he just worked so hard. I don't know, I just want it for him. But mostly I want your will for him because you're growing him to be a really good man. And so I want the outcome of this tournament to line up with how you're developing him to be the man that you're calling him to be. Like, what does that look like? And then he throws up, he steps on the mat, he like shows all this grit and this mental toughness that I haven't seen him do yet. I'm like, okay, God, like you are going him to be this man. Like you answered that prayer.
100%.
And
It
it's
did
just,
show up in a trophy, and most of the time it doesn't.
man.
The truth is, with the number of wrestlers out there and the number of wrestlers that actually win these big tournaments and get these trophies and the belts and all the things, like the overwhelming majority actually are not getting the trophies and the belts, but it doesn't take away from the the growth and the non-tangible, non-physical trophies and wins that you get out of these. And that's really what helped us refocus on this weekend, is that we had so many wins.
Yeah.
We had so many wins, and some of them came from us. I even, in my second guessing my own judgments and second guessing whether we were doing the right thing, I went and talked to the coach of the coach and dad, who's the dad of the really high caliber wrestler I was just referring to. That was going to be our last match of the day. I was like, hey, our kid's sick. I think he's sick. I don't know really if he ate something bad or if he has a stomach bug. And honestly, internally, I was kind of trying to get out of the match for Corbin. Because I was worried about how it was gonna go. And the dad was like, "No, we're not worried about it. We'll risk it. We want the match. We want to wrestle." And so, and Corbin wanted to wrestle, so I did. I even tried to get out of it, and I didn't really have a way out at that point. And the the growth came in just being okay with where it was at and
Yeah.
recognizing these other wins. So we had an amazing family time. We
Yeah.
got to spend time with our family friends, just us as a family. We got to have some great swim time, which is our favorite restaurant in Denver. We hung out together in the hotel room, went to church together, like built great family memories and saw our children grow in tremendous ways. And Corbin grew in ways that we didn't recognize would happen this weekend, and our daughter fell even more in love with the sport, which is actually
Yeah,
a new thing.
she's asking us to go to practice and to go wrestle and do the things that before, she was like, well, I don't want to do it today. Okay. Okay.
Even a
That's
month ago, she
fine.
wasn't.
But now she's begging us to do it. And I would also say, like, when we talk about Corbin, guys, who knows the future that God has for Corbin in wrestling? And we're talking more about Corbin right now just because he's a little bit older and has a little more experience on the mat than Cora. But maybe he'll be a great wrestler and maybe not. But I think the biggest thing is parents just be patient with the growth in your child. And then from athletic development, like Corbin, it has taken him some time to develop into some certain movements and being able to do certain things. And those things are coming. It just takes him a little bit longer. And if your athlete is like that, if it's taking a little bit longer, just don't get impatient. I did watch some parents this weekend, pull their kids to the side of the mat. Why didn't you shoot more? Why didn't you go for these points? Why are you just laying on the mat? No, they're not trying to just lay down. They're probably trying to get up. They maybe just haven't figured out how yet, right? So we just need to be patient with our children and remember that they really are doing their best and they just need us to love them through that. And they need to be reminded that when they get off the mat and maybe they didn't do their best, or maybe they screamed, or maybe they cried, that they are still valued and loved, and that their value does not come from how they performed on the mat. Their value comes because of who God made them to be and because God loves them. Like we need to remind them of that.
So cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
100% true. So at the end of the day, great weekend. We loved it. We can't wait to catch you guys up on more. And I think the biggest takeaways are just that keep your eye on the prize. Don't get distracted by the wins and the losses. And remember that it's the growth and showering your kids with love and using this experience as something to grow together with.
Yeah, go have fun. Whatever sport you're doing, wrestling, which I highly recommend. But
That's
if
right.
you're going to play baseball or basketball or football, whatever it is, just go and have fun. Enjoy your kid. Be competitive. I'm not saying don't be in the game. Be
100%.
competitive. Go for it. But then love them through that and just stay patient with the process.
Yep. We love it. And we are back to the grind, our normal week this week. And we can't wait to catch up with you guys again.
Yeah. See ya.
God bless.